Hello everyone, welcome to Community Distance Reiki. I'm Danielle Stimpson. I'm the owner of Learn Reiki Philadelphia. I'm so glad to have you here with me this afternoon. If you're new here, go ahead and click that live chat button. Feel free to introduce yourself and set any requests or intentions for your personal healing. We are going to get things started off by building a beautiful crystal grid exactly to all of your requests. After that, I'll explain what Reiki is, how to make the most of your session, and then I will send some Reiki healing to you wherever you are and whenever you're watching this video. And if you are watching this video and in the future as a pre-recorded video, feel free to skip ahead to the energy healing if you'd like. That usually starts around the 1 hour, 15-minute mark. And yeah, enjoy. So if you want to learn more about me, my live online Reiki certification classes, if you want to schedule a one-on-one distance healing or tarot reading, or if you want to shop my Reiki charged crystals, head on over to LearnReikiPhiladelphia.com. It's linked in the description, as are all of my social media and my email newsletter. I'm also joined on my lap right here by the beautiful and purring Gertie cat, which is why I'm a little bit pulled back. She basically demanded my lap, so she will be keeping us company for the beginning of the stream. And as a reminder, today is Friday, so there will be 2 streams today. This one, and then I will be back again at 8 p.m. with another stream just like it. So you are welcome to attend as many as you like. I'm here 5 times a week. Oh, hey, let's say hi first before you run away. Yeah, I'm here 5 times a week. The cats are here too. So feel free to drop by as often as you like. Go ahead and subscribe and hit that like button if you find this enjoyable. And oh, are you going to stay for the scratches or are you going to go run around? It's up to you. You're on the fence. Okay. Glad we got to chill with little Gertie. So I'm going to go ahead, readjust the cameras, and we'll get into the crystal grid. So let's see. That's better. Okay, so let's go ahead and start building that beautiful crystal grid. Let's see, center this here. There we go. Okay, wonderful. So as usual, we have a mirror to help reflect and deflect anything that we just don't need. And the copper spiral. Copper helps to break up stuck energy and get the optimal flow of energy going. Let's say hi to everyone. Dell, Grace, the Gale Choir, you're here again. Yay! Elizabeth Castillo, welcome. Lori, I hope you're doing well too. Flower, I hope you are doing well. Oh, love it, love it, love it. So let's go ahead and get into the requests. Happy Friday to you too, Grace. Your healing intentions are healing from colds, heart healing, love, acceptance, also for your foster dog who has a cold again. Oh no. Yeah, let's definitely get some cold healing on. So let's see. Let's see what we have. Get some moss agate and some there we go. Okay, so first we'll start off with some moss agate, and I will get to everybody's requests. So go ahead and you can request specific themes or specific ailments or kind of general things. You can even request specific crystals if you want, or you can let me pick, totally up to you. So this is moss agate, and this is really highly respected in Chinese medicine. This helps with anything that's running through the body quickly, like a cold or an infection, anything like that. Also really helpful for spiritual connection and for any kind of psychological work, like parts work, if you're doing inner child work or higher self work. This is superb. Wonderful too for just feeling connected to spirit and unconditional love. So we will bring this in. So that's moss agate. I usually bring that in for any kind of illness or infection. And for cold upper respiratory stuff, we'll start off with some emerald. Raw emerald helps with the lungs and upper respiratory tract, the whole really breathing system. Let me turn this light down a bit. Actually, let me turn so I'm not getting a bright white light on all of you here. There we go. Okay, that looks considerably better. Might have to turn up the underneath. So yeah, emerald helps with upper respiratory, everything involved with breathing, including your sinuses. This can be really helpful too for healing skin and tissue, for reinvigorating your joys for life, and also for restoring confidence about your appearance. So let's go ahead and bring this in. Okay. And yeah, let's see, that's still pretty bright. Yikes. Okay. Sorry, everybody. Yeah, that's much better. Okay, we'll do that. Okay, so this is emerald. And for, oh, hi, do you want to come up, Hattie? Oh, and we have a Hattie cat, too. Oh, the Hattie. Oh, the Hattie. Oh, hi. Your sister was just here. You probably know that. That's probably why you waited your turn. Hey. Yes, you can hang out and cuddle while we do some Reiki. Yeah, you want to play with these? You know which stone is next. You definitely do. So this is leopard skin jasper. Leopard skin jasper is wonderful for any kind of healing or bonding with our animal companions. And since your foster doggy is sick, let's go ahead and bring this in. Hi. This is wonderful for any kind of healing with animals. Also helpful for calling on your soulmate, and for anything involving coordination and balance, as well as anything impacting the skin. So let's go ahead and bring that in. And lights still seem a bit off. That might actually help a bit. That does help a lot. Okay. So yeah, so that is leopard skin jasper. So all of your animal companions can be in love with this. Also, leopard skin jasper is wonderful if you want to connect with your animal guides. It's a powerful stone to help with that as well. So there we go. Okay. And heart healing and acceptance. Let's bring in some rhodonite and some mookaite. Hey Vincent, I hope you're doing well. Joanna, I hope you are doing well. Awesome. Okay, cool. So rhodonite is often thought of as the breakup stone, the divorce stone. This one definitely helps with healing a broken heart. Also helps with the lungs, allergies, autoimmune, pretty much anything, as well as asthma. And also helps with overcoming and working through insecurities, as well as the pains and hurt that come from past emotional abuse. This can be a really helpful stone. So we will bring in rhodonite. I work with this stone often. Allergies, asthma, autoimmune stuff are definitely things that I struggle with. And it's beautifully pink. And mookaite. Mookaite also goes by the name Australia jasper. It comes in a number of colors, including like this brilliant, like mustard yellow. But here we have actually some of these nice, like deep reds and some beige. Mookaite or Australia jasper, however you know it, this stone helps with making decisions and accepting change. And a lot of time those two things go kind of hand in hand. Also really helpful for boosting the immune system, calming down overactive digestion or kind of like fiery gut. And it's wonderful too for bladder pain. So let's go ahead and bring in mookaite. Help with some acceptance. There we go. And all the best to you, Grace. I'm so glad that you are here. Let's see. And you did mention love too, so let's bring in some ruby. Ruby helps with love, as does leopard skin jasper. And it also helps with the courage to be yourself and who you authentically are, and also helps with themes around leadership and management. In addition to love, it can also support fertility, and it's also thought to help with the pain of fibromyalgia, which I did see in the requests. So I'm going to go ahead and bring this in. Oh, and Hattie is purring. Awesome. So glad to see you. Happy Friday indeed, and I hope you have a great weekend. Oh yes, thank you for the reminder, Del. Hit the thumbs up, y'all, if you don't mind doing so. And let's see. Elizabeth, you want a crystal to help with burnout? You got it. Let's see. Let's get some chrysoprase and cool. I've got a couple of great ones for you. Let's start off with some zebra jasper, and then we're going to go into chrysoprase, which is one of my favorite healing crystals. So this is zebra jasper. Zebra jasper was a beautiful gift to us from Chris, who will probably be in momentarily. This can help with stress from overwhelm, which definitely the case with burnout. Helps with standing up for yourself, even if you are kind of burdened by just that overwhelm. It's almost like you have to get over the overwhelm to deal with the overwhelm. I know it's wild, but that's just kind of how it happens sometimes. It's like standing up for yourself is just one more thing on the task list when you feel really burnt out. But this also helps with breaking through apathy, that place that you get when you just don't want to keep going. And helps with getting out of that rut you might feel like that you're in, as well as helping take back some initiative in different ways. Helps with going with the flow, and it's deeply empowering. On the physical body, it helps with muscle spasms, and it's in general good too for bones and bone disorders. So that is zebra jasper. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and place these. I know it'll be hard to kind of see the full stone, but they will be there. There we go. And the next one is chrysoprase. Chrysoprase is this beautiful green, and it's a stone that I use for folks whether they're feeling burnt out or just kind of like at a roadblock point or a pivot point. So anytime that you've been working really hard at something and either like you reach a point where you feel like you can't keep going, or if you do hit like a roadblock, like the closure of a business, or hey, we actually can't keep doing this one thing, we have to find some new way of going about it. This is the stone for you. This is a stone I often give to my friends when they've been through grad school, when they get to that point where they're like, why did I do this? Why did I do this to myself? This is the stone I give them. Helps with follow through and with overcoming disappointments and with completing goals. Also really helpful with picking up the pieces after any kind of loss or like a change in direction. It helps remind you that everything you've done on your path hasn't been any kind of total loss. You'll always have a lot of knowledge, wisdom, and knowledge about yourself that you gained in that time. So this will help you kind of regroup if you need to. So that is chrysoprase. And I may end up moving those around just depending on how the grid goes. But thank you for being here. I hope that helps. And let me know if there's anything else I can support you with. And let's see what else we've got. Oh, your youngest little tree is watching with you. Oh, enjoy. I hope you're having fun, little tree. And you're welcome, Elizabeth. And let's see, we had next. Lori had some requests. I still haven't gotten my jade. I still haven't found my jade. I'm probably going to order some smaller pieces from someone. Larimer. Oh, we got ruby, azurite. We got rhodonite. We got emerald. Okay, we're already cooking with gas here. Opal, rose quartz, peacock ore. Opal, rose quartz, peacock ore. Larimer. Larimer helps us to connect with our spiritual purpose and our own divine and unique way of embracing our soul's purpose. This is also a stone that can help us to separate ourselves from our ego while we're on our spiritual journey, and can really encourage you as you find your own way, which anytime you follow your spiritual path, it's not a path that anyone else has broken for you. You are breaking the path. You are the first one down this way. And so this helps you with that, with really embracing that idea of being a spiritual pioneer, in a sense, doing things for the first time the way that you will do them. So very encouraging on your spiritual purpose. Very balancing too. So that's Larimer. Next, we have rose quartz, which helps with a very depleted heart chakra. If you feel like emotionally just sort of drained, this can help rejuvenate and refill your proverbial empty cup, in a sense. It also helps us to gently shift to a place of the ability to receive higher versions of love and higher expressions of love. This is a stone that allows us to start to feel like we can let go of past pain, because the next thing that comes in might not need to be kept at arm's distance. It allows us to feel much more safe and secure and able to open our hearts once again. And also reminding us that we deserve love. There we go. So that is rose quartz. Opal is a stone that can be very, very helpful when it comes to protection. This has been a stone used by lots of different cultures historically to keep shamans, spirit medicine people protected while they're doing their healing work. If you want to do your healing work and not necessarily attract the attention of anything that would harm you, opal is a fine, fine choice. It's also seen by many to be really helpful with calling on financial abundance. So yes, please, let's bring this in. So that's some fire opal there. Azurite, which is absolutely stunningly beautiful blue. We can see where it gets its name. This helps with awakening to your spiritual self and allows you to deeply connect with your sense of intuition and insight, as well as creativity. It helps with relieving indecision and worry, while also helping you to gain some wisdom, especially if you want to gain that wisdom from intuitive sources or through connection with your spirit guides. This is awesome for those connections, by the way. Also helps to dissolve blockages, like energy blockages, and to dissolve obstacles, things that are in your way. Helps to calm the mind while you're meditating or doing spiritual work or spiritual healing, and can also calm spasms and tics, as well as help spinal alignment. So that is azurite, beautiful azure blue. And peacock ore, or chalcopyrite. This has a lot of different healing qualities. The two biggest are like a rebirth and a birthing kind of quality. One of my grads did carry this with her into labor and delivery. This is also a stone that can help with if you struggle with any executive dysfunction issues, really. This can very much help with that. So if you have a hard time organizing things, figuring out how to get from point A to point B among tasks, things like that, this might be really helpful. You may struggle with something like that as a result of anything from ADHD to PTSD, lots of things in between. So that is chalcopyrite or peacock ore. And thank you for being here, Lori. It's good to see you. Pain relief from fibro and believing in yourself. You got it. So we have one that helps with fibro pain, and that's definitely ruby, but we also have citrine, helps with fibro. So in addition to helping with fibromyalgia pain, this is a stone that helps with attracting financial abundance and the resources we need to survive and thrive. Also helps us with making really good financial decisions and for balancing our logic with our sense of intuition. Wonderful too for things like nausea. So lovely stone. Let's go ahead and bring this in. Oftentimes people ask me for a crystal to help them like manifest abundance. This is generally the stone, hands down. You can also put this or anything else that you're using to help manifest financial abundance in the Western astrology or Western feng shui money corner, which is if you walk into a room with the door to your back, look straight ahead, and then look to the left, the back left corner from when you stand in the room. That is the money corner. So that's where you want to put any money manifestations. So there we go. So that is citrine. And believing in yourself can definitely help with that. Let's go ahead and bring in yellow calcite. This is optimism and joy. This is if you need any help with your solar plexus chakra, this is the stone. So the solar plexus is the center of self, personal identity, free will, and following your dreams, your hopes, your desires for your life. Also helps with clearing blockages around that. Also helps with supporting good, healthy boundaries and for setting priorities based on what you desire in life. Wonderful too for releasing any need of approval from others. But yeah, lots of confidence here. So this will definitely help with believing in yourself, believing in your cause, your purpose. And we'll put you here and here. And there will be some other stones that will help with pain too that come up. And lots and lots of love to you. Good to see you again. And let's see what's next. Joanna would like something to help maintain spiritual flow. I like that. The moss agate will definitely help. Let's see. Let's bring in some prehnite. This can be really helpful with staying in that kind of spiritual space in a lot of ways. One, this helps with learning and teaching anything around spirituality, whether it's a healing method or even just like a meditation practice. It's very helpful for that. Also helps with quieting the mind during meditation and spiritual work, as well as aids like lucid dreaming, any kind of intuition practice. So like I said, lucid dreaming, but also like scrying, tarot reading, automatic writing, whatever you might be doing to feel in contact with spirit. This can help support it. But yeah, so we will bring in Pre-Night. Definitely helps with the spiritual connection. Let's put that on top of the rose quartz. I'm also going to bring in Celestite. Celestite is very helpful for keeping that flow open. This helps you to connect with higher wisdom as well as your angels, your spirit guides, and it can be wonderful for discernment. So if you are struggling with, is that my intuition? Is that like spirit telling me that? Is that sort of like a trepidation? Is that a fear popping up? If you can't tell it apart, this stone will help you have a little bit more clear and concise viewpoint of where that might be coming from. Also helps with all matter of physical pain. So this will help support Morgan and probably a few other people too. So we will bring this in. Great for just sort of like spiritual connection. And let's see, I feel like, Hattie's gonna go for a little walk. Yeah, you gonna go for a little walk? Or are you just gonna hang out right there? You're not sure? Let's see, I feel like there's another one I want to bring in for you. Yeah, I feel like I want to bring in Sapphire for you too. This one helps with connection to your angels, your spirit guides, and with mediumship, channeling, anything like that. It can also help with like making those messages that come through a little bit more clear. It also brings up energy around speedy justice, as well as support for the thyroid, eyes, and ears, for anyone that is struggling with dementia, both either for themselves or someone they care about or for. And wonderful too for envisioning like a positive outcome when things are in flux and changing. But yeah, this will definitely help you be in that flow of spiritual energy. So here we go. So that is Sapphire. So all the best to you, Joanna. I hope you're well. Hi, Alana. Welcome in. Hey, Chris. Welcome in. Good to see you. I was just thinking, where's Chris? Oh, I can definitely support that, Alana. I'm going to keep going through everybody's requests, but I'll get to everybody's. Awesome. Yes, tomorrow is 11/11. Love it. Love it. Okay, I can definitely support that. And keep going down in order. For Dell, intentions: health, happiness, wealth, compassion, and to be in service of others. And you also had a few stones that you wanted me to pull out specifically. So, oh wow, we have 2 people that requested Super 7. Thank you, Chris, for supporting us. We've got the Zebra Jasper that you kindly blessed us with, the Chalcopyrite, and the Super 7. So the Super 7 I'm putting in right now. And this is a great stone too to support Joanna as well. This will definitely tick a lot of those boxes for you. This helps with working towards larger goals, plans, and dreams. That will actually help with Elizabeth's request around burnout too. But yeah, this helps with working towards your dreams and larger goals. It's wonderful for intuition. However you connect to your intuition, this can definitely help empower it. Whether it involves clairvoyance, clairaudience, this helps. Wonderful too for strengthening your energy field or aura, which is very helpful for those of you who may be empathic. Helps to promote peace, harmony, and unity consciousness. The awareness that we are all interconnected, and what we put out into the world or at someone else is ultimately very much landing back on ourselves too. Helps too with past life healing, any kind of karmic issues that are coming up, and with earth healing. So that is Super 7. I'll bring that in. Super 7 is 7 different minerals all together. There we go. There we go. And so Flower and Dell both requested that one. Indigo Gabbro, Crazy Lace Agate. Let's do some Indigo Gabbro, which also goes by the name Mystic Merlinite. And this helps with a number of things, but particularly when we are being introspective, seeing ourselves. This helps us to see those things that we do that trip ourselves up. So our detrimental tendencies. It helps to unearth them, unravel them, bring them to our attention so that we can start to work with them and get out of our own way, deal with the root issues that are causing that. This can also be really helpful for women's health, particularly period pain, menopause, especially if that period pain has to do with like endometriosis. Wonderful too for integrating a spiritual connection and for connecting intuitively, especially in dreams. Helpful too for following your heart and doing any of that deep psychological work, the deep shadow work. So that is Indigo Gabbro or Mystic Merlinite. Crazy Lace Agate helps with balance and courage, and it also helps quite a bit with phobias too, especially if you are scared of spiders and or if you work with spider medicine, if spider is one of your spirit guides. This is helpful for generating physical energy, with connecting with timelines of the past, like the past of a building, the past of your family, and helpful with protection psychically, as well as health and healing for the skin, eyes, and speech. So we will bring this in. Lots of courage, though, in Crazy Lace Agate, which is just a lot of different kinds of agate all together. So we'll place you here. Garnet Aventurine. Kambaba Stone, Clear Quartz. And Selenite. Awesome. So let's start with the selenite. So selenite I always keep just at the bottom of the grid every time we do this because it really helps with keeping the energy clear and keeping the crystals clear. Selenite helps with reflecting nothing but pure white light. It's a wonderful way to cleanse your stones. Just grab a piece and have it on hand. They don't require cleaning almost ever. And basically just put your crystals on the selenite for a few hours and they'll be clean. Do not put selenite in water because it will come apart. However, this is a stone that can not only help reflect nothing but pure white light, just generally keeping the vibe of your home or workspace better. It also helps you to connect with your spirit guides. So that is a wonderful stone. So that is selenite. It's also very protective just by virtue of reflecting so much white light. I'm going to put this smaller piece in the grid. Kambaba Stone helps us to connect with our ancestors and with the ancestral lands, wherever your ancestors may have originated from on the earth. It also is very connected with the growth of plants and the protection of and healing of ecology. So this helps with everything from like plant and crop yields to healing the environment after, humans, that kind of thing. Helps in learning things like foreign languages, especially if it's a foreign language that your ancestors may have spoken, and helps with courage and confidence as well. This is actually fossilized blue-green algae. So you may hear it called Kambaba jasper. Technically, it's not a jasper, but it's just as healing and lovely either way. So that is Kambaba stone. Let's see, where shall we place you? Let's put a piece right there, and we'll put a smaller piece in the center as well. And this is what it looks like tumbled. There we go. So that is Kambaba stone. I have a huge piece in with my indoor plants, and it really helps. Aventurine can help us expand how we see ourselves and what we're capable of. If you tend to sell yourself short or find yourself going, oh, I could never do that. I could never do that. I could never do that. This is a stone that says, well, maybe you can. Let's give it a try, and encourages you all along the way. Helps too with heart rhythms, allergies, and eye problems, as well as fertility. If you're ever about to learn something and you feel like, oh, I could never learn that, whether it's something tough like a foreign language or something tough to you, like say tech stuff, like anyone who's tech phobic, my favorite stone to give them is aventurine. It helps take a lot of that fear energy out and say like, hey, maybe you can do this. Garnet helps with organization as well as courage and creativity. Those, when they come together, can be a really powerful mix, especially if you are looking at how to do things you normally do better, quicker, with less effort put out, just more practically. It also helps if you're taking a new project or task or venture and you're trying to find the best way to get things done. How do I best organize this pantry or this staff or this website? Whatever the case may be, this brings in efficiency, brevity, and just practicality. So yeah, wonderful. Also wonderful for finding balance in times of change, as well as strength in times of change. But if you're somebody that gets really stressed out by change, this is one of the stones I'd strongly recommend. It's very grounding, and it really does help you think about all the things you want to do going forward and the best way to do them. And clear quartz. Clear quartz can be either super clear, have kind of, the fog moving through it. And it also really very much helps boost the energy of other stones around it, while also being a bit of a blank slate. It's if you want to boost the energy of a stone, put this on or near it. You can also use clear quartz as a stand-in for any crystal you don't have, or that you like. Maybe it's difficult to get that stone. Maybe it's expensive. Maybe where it's mined, you don't really want to support that geopolitical movement. Get some clear quartz instead. You can also hold it and ask it to hold the program of the intention you're setting with it. So you can essentially make your own talisman. It's a wonderful gift to give someone, and a wonderful way to support yourself through something too. So that is clear quartz. It's like our amplifier. So I'm going to put that on top of the rose quartz and under the prehnite, because this way it'll be touching yellow quartz and indigo gabbro too. So bumping all those up. Wonderful. And you also ask for help with health, happiness, wealth, compassion, and to be in service to others. What stone did we use last time for being in service to others? But let's say for another stone that'll help with wealth, definitely pyrite. Pyrite is fool's gold. It's often found near real gold, and it's thought to help call in the real stuff. This is also very protective. It helps you to open up to your intuition while simultaneously having those protective boundaries up. Wonderful too for the lungs, the brain, specifically memory, information recall, and it's thought to help with the side effects of radiation treatments. So we will bring this in. It's pyrite. So that will definitely help with calling in financial abundance. And being in service to others too. Did we do chrysocolla last time for that? Hey, Catherine, welcome in. Hey, Erica. Lila Ray. Oh, no, not yesterday. It was 11/11. I'm sorry. I meant to say tomorrow's 11/11. My bad, Alana. And welcome in, Nicholas. So let's definitely bring in some chrysocolla. I think this kind of hits a few intentions that have already been brought up, but chrysocolla helps with making decisions that are in alignment with our highest good. But the reason I'm bringing it in is it encourages you to follow your spiritual purpose. And that definitely can help with being in service. It also helps with finding new methods of creativity, which can help pull through new energy that can be a new way to get to know yourself, a new outlet for you to release energy, and a new way for you to find fulfillment. So that is chrysocolla. But yeah, let me know. And for health in general, let's bring in some tree agate. Moss agate helps with health on every level. So does tree agate. This is actually sacred in Ayurveda, the sister science to yoga. And you might be familiar with the chakras. Well, that's one part of a very complex energy system, all the way down to like these tiny little tributaries that bring energy all the way down to the smallest parts of us, kind of like the capillaries of our circulatory system. This is thought to help with balancing the flow of energy throughout the body, regardless of what the type of imbalance is, what the cause is, and where it is. It will help everyone regardless. So it's a wonderful general health and healing stone to come back into a natural sense of healing, abundance, and wellness. So I hope that helps. But yeah, I will keep thinking about your other requests too. I'm so glad you guys are here, all the way from Ireland, hanging out with us in this chat. Love seeing you, Dell, and your daughter, Lori. Awesome. And let's see. So, Alana, Reiki for anxiety and PTSD, overthinking, obsessive stuff, memory problems, help moving forward and stagnant. I struggle with PTSD too, and I absolutely know what you mean about sometimes like the memory problems or like the thoughts that just keep circulating. Yeah, it can be really hard to break any of those cycles. So good on you for being here and asking for help. I know sometimes it's hard to almost recognize it in the moment, but there's definitely some things I can do to help. So let's see. One stone I found really helpful is epidote. This can help with like our internal monologue, the way we talk to ourselves, kind of like the negative self-talk that can come from that. And I find it also does help with kind of like the obsessive thoughts to some extent. So this is epidote, like I said. Also wonderful for kind of like a nervous system reset, as well as this, supporting the skin. Helpful too for the brain in regards to more Parkinson's than memory, but pyrite helps the brain in regards to memory. That's already in the grid. And this also helps with recovering from illness and injury. So this I think will be just general healing too. But yeah, this can help with the way that we like kind of like what's spinning through our minds moment to moment, and so that we don't talk down to ourselves as well. So that's epidote. For processing trauma, whether it's right here and now or if it feels like right here and now, either way, black obsidian can be very, very helpful. So there we go. Black obsidian is a volcanic glass. All obsidian is volcanic glass. This one, particularly the black, helps with being extremely protective, which helps us to kind of like bring our guard down a little bit. Also helps with calming nervous pets and people. It helps with processing trauma, especially older traumas, so that maybe it doesn't feel like it's quite so close and still happening. And it can even help with like physical shock. So this is really helpful with trauma, whether it is old or new. And so we'll put that in here. So that is black obsidian. That's one of my favorite ones to work with for that. And definitely overthinking and like certain things like that can also be helped by chalcopyrite if it impacts your kind of like your organized mind, like executive function. That's a really helpful stone. Staying in the now, staying present. That's actually what I was thinking. That is Herkimer diamond. This is very helpful with being in the present moment, as well as being connected to spirit, however you define it. It's one that helps you to feel more comfortable and confident in your connection to spirit, being open intuitively, and also with just feeling connected to divinity and the divine. Wonderful too for relaxation, seriously not a bad thing. And it can also help with balancing metabolism and just balancing really unbalanced energies, as well as helping, like I said, psychic ability, intuition, helps with manifesting too. And I think that I always feel like being in the present moment is the best place to be when you are manifesting, rather than just constantly jumping to the next thing. You can like reflect with where you are now and how you got here, which I think is a really important part of the process. Like that time to acknowledge where you are now to like decide where you want to go. Another one too. Lemurian quartz. This is very helpful for things like PTSD and also any kind of older trauma. This is healing the past, including childhood and including past lives. Wonderful with releasing past emotional pain, as well as past life healing without having to necessarily re-experience stuff. Wonderful too for learning about yourself through your healing journey, which ultimately just helps you feel more aware of yourself. It helps you through future problems too, and for spiritual learning through that process. So this is a wonderful stone for healing the original source of trauma, whether it's this life, a previous one, or both, without having to go through it again or relive it or re-experience it or see it. So there you go. So lots of love to you. Keep me posted and let me know if I can do anything else to help. You're super welcome. Yeah, this chalcopyrite's great for ADHD. But yeah, let me know if you have any other questions too. Okay, good. I hope Herkimer diamond helps you. That helps me when my brain is everywhere and like I'm dissociating. It's one of the stones that when I keep like checking out and finding myself checking out, Herkimer's one of the ones I grab. Self-esteem. Definitely yellow calcite, the self-esteem stone. But I will add some more too. As I read through other people's requests, I'm going to grab some stones that also have like that kind of intention. Oh, Flower, I'm so glad that this has been helpful for you. Oh, you're so welcome, Milana. You're always welcome here. For what I can provide, like I don't do the whole like we'll do this instead of medicine, whatever. No, I'm all about take the meds you need to take. I take meds, they help me. I do Reiki and meditation, they also help me. So you decide what works for you. But for everything that I can help, I'm happy to. Let's see. Intentions for my respiratory junk. Oh no, Lila. Let's see. You're not the only one today with that. We have emerald in there for it. Let's bring in some green kyanite. This will also help with spiritual connection for that request earlier. Green kyanite helps with the throat, the chest, the lungs, whether it's asthma, a cold, upper respiratory infection, all of that junk. Helps too with blending our spiritual life with our like mundane, like muggle life. Very helpful. Helps with gaining wisdom through our intuition and with connecting with plants and nature, which can be really helpful for anyone that's struggling with like seasonal affective issues this time of year. Very helpful in that regard. So let's see, where shall we put you? So that is green kyanite. Let's put green kyanite. Yeah, that's there. Let's put green kyanite right here and here and here and here. I hope that helps, Lila. I really do. Oh, you don't have to apologize for being late, Chris. You have like awesome attendance for this live stream. And honestly, the only one that has to worry about being late is me. Okay, cool. So I'm hopping around, but I will get to everyone's requests. Let's get some of Chris's requests. Ooh, carnelian's going to help colds and stuff too. So carnelian, moonstone. Oh, we got a lot of yours already. Malachite, rhodochrosite. Lapis. And blue apatite. So let's bring in some carnelian. This is the stone of relationships and everything that has to do with the sacral chakra, which is just beneath your navel. Beautiful orange. So this is how we relate to everyone and everything in the world on like the broad level, and down to the very close personal relationships on the more precise levels too. Helps with attracting romance, a soulmate, or intense partnership. Also helps with things like sexuality, fertility, everything about relationships in general. Also helps with colds, allergies, and healing of wounds, as well as it can just help with breaking up apathy. Like if you're sort of like where you were saying burnout earlier, it's that sort of apathy that like, oh, I just don't wanna. Like this can help. It also definitely is a big boost to creativity. So we'll go ahead and bring in carnelian. Blue apatite specifically. This helps with a number of things, and in particular with our relationship with food and improving it. So however that looks for you, that's always a unique picture. It's like any relationship. It's changing as we shift and grow and change. So blue apatite can help with the place that food has in your life. It can help you with weight loss, weight gain, or just like shifting what you eat or why you eat it. Also really wonderful for courage on your soul path, and also illumination of your soul path. Like, what am I to do? This helps illuminate it as well as like encourage you on that path. It's another stone that helps with strengthening your auric field or your personal energy field, which can help you keep from taking on the energy of others. And it's very helpful for harmony and peace in general. So we will bring this in. Blue apatite. Blue apatite is going to get added to the online shop probably next week. So hooray. Yep, there we go. And I did just add pyrite to the online crystal shop too. So let's bring in some lapis. This is another pain mitigator too. So the Gelwire, this will be for you too. But lapis helps with pain, inflammation, also helps with open, honest communication and personal responsibility. So if you're trying to gain your, or trying to grow your sense of integrity, of follow through, of, doing the things you need to do, and also with opening up some potential career opportunities, this is definitely a stone for you. Wonderful too for things like vertigo and hearing loss in the inner ear. And if you are doing any kind of organizing this weekend, this is a lovely stone. For when it comes to organizing, lapis and garnet, my favorites. I've been organizing as I really try to settle into my apartment, and it was a quick move, a very disorganized move. And I feel like I was not really settled coming in, and it's to a smaller place. So I have been wearing this garnet bracelet the last couple of weeks because I've really been trying to get things organized here so I can feel settled. So, but yeah, lapis has been playing a part in that journey too. Next is moonstone, which helps us to connect with the lunar cycles and really all the cycles, patterns, and rhythms in nature. It helps us with, it definitely empowers any kind of moon magic you might be doing, helps with attracting love and your soulmate relationship, connecting to the divine feminine, to healing modalities, especially connection with well women traditions and wise women traditions. Helps too with connection to ancient spirituality and information thereof. I often think of moonstone as being very connected to the high priestess in the tarot deck. Wonderful too for connection to intuition and protection for travelers. Whether you're, it's very protective of women, but it's also protective of anyone who travels. So let's see, I'm just going to go ahead and slide some of this moonstone, which, by the way, moonstone can look so many different ways. And this moonstone, I absolutely love that silveriness of it. It actually looks like the moon. So there we go. So there we go. That's moonstone. Rhodochrosite helps with healing the mother-child relationship, especially right after birth. It helps with bonding mother and baby, but later in life too, any kind of wounds around maternal connection, rhodochrosite can be really, really helpful. It also helps with telepathy and mediumship, connecting with, say, ancestors, as well as even our deceased animal companions. Helpful too for asthma, stress headache, and the heart and circulation as well. So that is rhodochrosite. So let's put this here. Yeah, there we go. It's on the bottom. Next is malachite. This also has an indication for pain help, especially if it's arthritis or inflammation based. So malachite helps with moving really difficult feelings through the heart center. It can be really hard to process certain things. Sometimes we just kind of put it down because we just can't do it right now. This helps you gradually, slowly move those painful emotions through so that you can move forward and leave the past behind, but still in a really healthy way. Also helps with, like I said, arthritis, inflammation, pain. Also helps with depression and anxiety. I can personally attest I found it helpful. And also another good stone for phobias, especially things like fear of flying. So yeah, as well as the detoxing organs, the organs that clean out our metabolic waste. So liver especially, but also pancreas and spleen. So there we go. So that's malachite. And I'm going to bring in some iolite. Iolite helps with connection to our spiritual sight, our clairvoyance, and can also help, so it can help with bringing that through. So whether you're doing journey work or visionary meditation or anything like that, or you're trying to see better in your dreams even, this can be really helpful. This also helps with if you have any trouble sleeping, if it is around, say, intuitive stuff or like energy stuff that you're not sleeping well, this can really help with it. This also helps with weight loss if you have that intention. So that is Iolite. So let's go ahead and place these here. Awesome. And Rutilated. Rutilated brings us a huge surge of physical energy, especially if we're really run down, like getting over being sick or just working too hard, running through life too hard. And it also helps to focus energy where it's most needed. It can bring a lot of mental focus. It can also help with this has long been thought of as a beautiful gift for folks battling cancer. Reason being, it's like the intention of, I really hope that all of the healing remedies you're getting, chemo, what have you, are going to the place that your body needs it most. And I hope that you find a good surcharge of physical energy to help get you through. So that's Rutilated quartz. It's energy and it's focus. So let's go ahead and bring that in here and in here. Awesome. Thank you for being here, Chris. I'm going to keep on going. What was the yoga stone? Oh, the one for Ayurveda? The sister science of yoga? That was tree agate. So yeah, another example of tree agate, like this is tree agate, and if you look at it as a raw stone, it looks kind of like this. Yeah, that's the one. So, and thank you, Flower, for helping. Let's see. Gonna keep on bopping along. Catherine, something for money manifestation, writing, and creativity. Next goal is to have your next novel done by Christmas so you can focus on publishing the other novels. I love it. Let's do it. Definitely, we've got citrine and pyrite and opal. Let's bring in some cinnabar. Cinnabar is the merchant stone. It helps attract more customers to a business, more readers to a book, things like that. It is very, very toxic, though. Those little red dots in this particular specimen are the only cinnabar that's in there. Cinnabar is mercury. Mercury is very toxic. We've been using it throughout human history for thousands of years for lots of different things. We still use it today for lots of different things. I have it in my mouth in the form of fillings. Like it's everywhere. I have it in some of my light bulbs. But it's, maybe not the least toxic thing. So be careful with it for sure. But this is long been thought of as a stone that helps to attract wealth, abundance, and particularly business to a business to help support it. So let's bring that in. And for creativity, we have azurite, which is very helpful. Let's get some sodalite and some blue tiger eye. So blue tiger eye is very helpful for writing, also for public speaking and speaking in general, and also for any occasion where you might be speaking the truth when that is inconvenient for some or undesired by some. It's very much a protector of whistleblowers. So whether you have to deliver like facts over feelings or like this is not what you want to hear, but this is the truth kind of stuff, this is a great stone for those. Also really helpful for like bold communication, things like writing, especially writing a story, and also brings a lot of calm and ease of stress too. Wonderful for teachers and anybody who writes or communicates the truth or anything like that. So let's bring this in. Let's see. I'm gonna put that right back here. So blue tiger eye, very protective. Definitely helps with getting the words out. And sodalite is very helpful for expression as well as creativity. And this is one that can be helpful whether you are performing, singing, playing music, writing, speaking, painting, however you express yourself. Sodalite can really help it. It's also one of the better stones. Hang on one moment. Sorry about that. It's also one of the better stones if you are looking to like get the expression out, like speaking, particularly spoken word, writing, definitely. But anything where, oh yeah, and for Mercury retrograde, this can really help with how Mercury retrograde wreaks havoc with our communication. So if that's something you struggle with during Mercury retrogrades, get yourself some sodalite. Also helps with coming to terms with aging, dealing with menopause, which it doesn't look like I've been through menopause, but I am. So lost my ovaries at 34, so I found this helpful. And it's also really helpful for grounding impulses as well as feelings around homesickness. So that is sodalite. It looks a lot like lapis, but it doesn't have that gold of the pyrite in it. There's more white. Some lapis, a lot of lapis that you'll find now has a lot more gray. And that's because it's coming from Chile, because the only other place that it's mined is Afghanistan. And so you will find a lot of lapis that has been dyed to make it look darker. So just sort of know that. But yeah, so that is the difference between sodalite and lapis. Awesome. So I hope that all of that helps. Yeah, let's see. Alana asked for a stone that helps with self-criticism. Yeah, definitely epidote helps with that. Mahogany obsidian can help release feelings around perfectionism. If you ever struggle with, what's a good way to, a done something is better than a perfect nothing. If that's helpful, this might be helpful. This is also helpful for thinking nothing you do is ever good enough. Mahogany obsidian, really helpful. Also helps with meeting goals, so good for burnout. Wonderful for vitality, strength, like physical strength and vitality, I mean. Great for carpal tunnel, teeth and gums, skin healing. Also with releasing anger, especially if you've had to really hold it back and repress it, and letting go of need for approval of others, feeling like you can feel secure in your contributions and what you've done, that you don't need someone else to approve of it. So let's go ahead and bring that in here and here. So that's mahogany obsidian. And let's see what other requests we have. You are so welcome, Catherine. Let's see, did I miss anyone? I think we're good. Think we got it all. Yeah, so let's go ahead and do that thing where I quickly describe what Reiki is, a little of how it works, and then we'll settle in for the healing. So yeah, let's dive on into that. So Welcome. For those of you who might be new, my name is Danielle Stimpson. I'm the owner of Learn Reiki Philadelphia, and as I said at the beginning of our time together, welcome. And if you would like to learn more about me, my live online Reiki certification classes, if you'd like to schedule a distance session or tarot reading, or if you'd like to shop my Reiki charged crystals, all of that info is on learnreikiphiladelphia.com. It's linked in the description, as is all my social media and my email newsletter. So what is Reiki? Well, Reiki is more or less like a general catch-all term for energy healing for those of us in the West. And specifically, I work with what's known as Usui Reiki. Mikao Usui is the founder of this system, and he created it in the early 1920s in Japan during a time where teaching anything that could even be misunderstood as religion or religious adjacent, big no-no. So this made this particular approach to working with this energy deeply spiritual, but completely secular. And I think that's why it resonates with us so much. So the concept of energy, that's the foundation of Usui's method, comes to us from, really, we can look at Shintoism, the indigenous spirituality of Japan, in which everyone and everything has a soul. And all of those souls are interconnected, inextricably linked, and that spirit, however you define it in this case, supplies that life-sustaining or soul-sustaining force that our body, mind, and spirit use every day to help us through everything that we do. Basically, the energy that makes us more than just a collection of cells provided by spirit, and our body works with it all the time in lots of different ways, whether or not we're familiar with it or realize it. So essentially, when we'll be doing the session today, what I'll be doing is using Usui's techniques to connect to that spiritual energy that your body is already familiar with and working with all the time, and directing more of it to you, regardless of where you are and when you happen to be watching this. So during the session, you may feel some physical sensations, you may have some emotions rise up or get released. Mentally, you may be able to get some clear logic where you haven't been able to in a while, or hear your subconscious. And on the spiritual level, you may be able to find some deep clarity or resolution or just an intuition. You may also have just a really great healing nap, and isn't that amazing? But more than likely, your session will be some particularly unique blend of all the things I just mentioned. And what do you need to do to receive it? Really, just be open to it. So by being here, you are. I would generally suggest that you find some place that's comfortable for you. So sitting up, laying down, whatever you like, just go ahead and make yourself cozy, grab that blanket, get that cup of tea, cup of water, whatever feels right, and just kind of support yourself. But during the session, you don't have to do a darn thing. You don't have to focus on anything. You don't have to keep your mind silent. You can just be. In fact, you don't even have to stay still. While you're invited to close your eyes and just kind of gently relax, you can also use this time to stretch, move, bend, do some yoga, journal, color, paint, play music. There's no wrong way to enjoy this time. So anything that feels good and healing to you is exactly the way to use it. During the session, I will, which by the way will last 25 minutes, I will turn the lights down. You'll notice that they move slowly and gently from one color to the next. At no point will they flash or strobe, and I'll turn the music up. If you'd like to learn about the musical creator, go ahead and check the bottom of the description. You'll see a link to her website as well as her YouTube, so you can enjoy her music every day at work while you're there. And at the end of the 25-minute session, you'll hear my voice come back in. I'll invite you to take a few deep breaths, come back to the room, and at that time, if you like, you can go ahead back into the chat. I'll be more than happy to engage with you at that time, so I can answer your questions, you can share any experiences that you had, and you can come back and join us any other time. Also, if you happen to be watching this on the delay, know that the Reiki will be there for you, because Reiki is not limited to the same kinds of constraints that humans are. So we can experience Reiki in the future and in the past For those of you who are here live, if ever you feel like you need a Reiki session and I'm not live, check out the past healing playlist. Pick one you like from the picture of the grid on the cover. That's going to be the perfect healing stream for you. And you can even zip ahead to the healing if you like. And it will always be there for you to experience whenever you feel you need it most. And I'd love it if you did. So thank you all so much for being here. Again, there's nothing you have to do, just be. And also during your session, there's no wrong way to spend this time. But if you do feel like you get like distracted, or you'd like to deepen your session, or like refocus your session, just take a deep breath in and out, and you'll slowly sink deeper in. So thank you so much for being here. It's an honor and a privilege to share this healing energy with all of you. Thank you so much for inspiring this beautiful grid, because it wouldn't be what it is without y'all here. And let's go ahead and get into the healing. But first, let's take a closer look at that grid. And I'm just going to tidy this up just a bit. So let's take these beautiful zebra jaspers and put them around the sides here so we can see them. There we go. Ooh, pretty. Good job, everybody. I think we're good. Thank you. Bhavana, grounding guidance to move past fears and on to next steps in accepting new opportunities and blessings. Tap back into body, creativity, and intellect. Oh, beautiful. You're so welcome. We've got a lot of those already reflected in the grid, but you know what we don't have is grounding and dealing with fear. So let's bring in some red jasper before we dive in. Red jasper definitely helps with grounding. It definitely helps with fear. And it also helps with empowerment so that you can move forward. It helps with fighting injustice and bullying, and with standing up for yourself, as well as providing psychic and spiritual protection. Helps with healing and balancing the root chakra, and great for emotional support over a long period of time. Wonderful too for depression and fertility. So that is red jasper. So where shall we put this? Let's put this here and here. There we go. And I'm just going to go ahead and spread these out a little bit. Wonderful. Looks a little lopsided, but not in a bad way. Let's do this. Okay, so everybody go ahead, get nice and comfy, cozy. And remember, during the session, you can get up and get that blanket, get that grid, get that whatever you need. Reason being, the Reiki will still be there. You don't have to hold perfectly still or anything like that. So enjoy your session. I'm going to send to you for 25 minutes, and then you'll hear me call you back Thanks for being here. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Definitely enjoy your session. And as a reminder, I'll be back at 8 p.m. East Coast US time tonight and again on Sunday for some more healing. Thank you for being here. I invite you now to take a deep breath in and out. Slowly come back to your body. Move your fingers and toes. Thank you all so much for being here. It truly is an honor to share this with all of you. If you have any questions, anything to share, go ahead and use the chat. I don't know about you, but I certainly feel peaceful. You're so welcome, Chris. Oh, you're so welcome, Flower. And how did Little Tree enjoy it? If Little Tree felt like hanging in. Totally okay if your little one decided to go off and play or something. Oh, thank you. The Gelguire, thank you so much. And lots of love to you. It's so good to see you here. You're welcome, Catherine. You have a good weekend too. Dell, do I have a crystal for traveling? If you want protection during travel, moonstone and tourmalinated quartz. If you want to be like inspired to travel or embrace it more or have the most fun, labradorite and picture jasper. What made me want to practice Reiki? It was weird. I had just moved to Philadelphia almost 20 years ago now, and I kept having all these weird experiences, and I started looking into it, and I kept finding all this information about energy. And I'm like, I want to learn more about that, but I don't know which aspect of it feels better. And then I saw Reiki, and I thought, well, you know, I've always wanted to work with helping people, and let me give that one a shot. And in the first class, I just knew this was the thing I wanted to do. And I was like, oh, let me wait a few more classes before I really decide. And I was like, yeah, definitely this is what I want to do. And that's just, I haven't looked back since. It's like more or less the universe pushing me down the right road, I guess you could say. Oh, awesome, Flower. Thank you. Definitely send my love and thank you. Thank you, Lori. Chris, you asked Spirit a question. Ooh, about a romantic soulmate and you saw a Jesus image. Wow. Well, it can't be bad. That's like, I don't see that being a bad thing. Let me think about that, Chris. And Adam, I would say, if you didn't ask for anything, that's totally fine. Reiki will just support your greater good. So it's totally okay if you don't have a question. I mean, sometimes the only question that we can really have is, you know, I don't know what this is, but I'm going to try and find out by just sitting down and trying some Reiki. So that can be, sometimes going in without an intention can be just as helpful. Thank you, Bhavana. I'm so glad. I'm here 5 times a week, same days, same times every week. You're always welcome here. And thank you. And Dell, you had a tingling from the top of your head to the soles of your feet. May we all walk in beauty. Thank you. And well said. I hope you're doing well. I look forward to seeing you and Lori on Fridays. I really do look forward to seeing you both. And whenever you can come out. You're so welcome, Chris. Yeah, I'm not sure. All I can think of is it can't be a bad sign. Like, it can't be a bad sign, right? Protection while traveling. Yeah, moonstone can be very helpful, and tourmalinated quartz can be very helpful. Tourmalinated quartz, particularly if you're traveling by car. But yeah, moonstone's very helpful too. Awesome. I hope all of you have a wonderful weekend to look forward to. I'll be teaching Reiki 2 this weekend, and I am looking forward to that. Oh, it was a great thing. Okay, good stuff. Yeah, definitely a good thing. Definitely a good thing. I don't know. He shows up to me differently. When I see him in a vision, it's usually about learning, teaching. Yeah, when he shows up to a colleague of mine, it often has to do with like separating ego from self. Big yawn. Well, if you have any other questions, go ahead and let me know. But otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and bring the stream to a close with an abundance of gratitude and the reminder that I will be back at 8 p.m. So in 2 hours to do this all over again with any of you that feel like coming back. And also Sunday at that same time. So whatever time zone you might be in. This time plus 2 hours on Sunday night. So 8 p.m. East Coast US time. Yeah, see what some folks do see of him online. Yeah. Definitely not a bad thing. So I'm going to go ahead, bring the stream to a close. Thank you all so much for being here. Definitely hit that like button on the way out. I hope to see you all again soon. Take care and bye for now.